things I should've been doing, I'm doing them. Niggas that hate me surround me with vibes, I carry negative energy. I gotta fulfill, just send it the clip, who's ready to do when I'm heavily. I'm chopping up like a centipede. Niggas check out the remedy. Niggas can fuck with me. Trinity gone somewhere, I started pimping some bunnies. Redheads and blondies. I double my cup for a triple. All my niggas be mobbing. We putting the rivals in coffins. No playing around and shooting.
Why is he doing this?
Are you voting or no?
Yeah.
Dude, have you been watching the Eric Menendez story?
No, what is
The
that?
Eric and Lyle Menendez?
What is that?
They're like, they killed their parents in like the 80s.
Ashley, get off your phone. Look
Sorry.
how horrible it looks.
It looks good.
Now when you're on your phone.
I know, sorry. Okay, yeah. The Monsters people, the Eric and Lyle Menendez
What is that?
case.
What the fuck?
Dude, even Kim
are you talking
Kardashian, it's like trending all over TikTok.
What happened?
They
Explain
killed
this to me.
they killed their parents. Like it's two boys that they literally like got shotguns.
They killed their parents?
And shot their fucking parents to death.
When
but
did this happen?
This happened like in the 80s, and their parents were like really rich, and their dad was like a he worked for, I forgot, Sony Records, some record label, not Sony.
And where was this?
This was in Beverly
LA?
Hills,
Okay.
California. So this guy, the dad, rich as fuck, he's some kind of music executive or something, hella money, him and his wife and the two boys. Well, he's raping the two boys like every
the
night.
guy?
Yes, the dad is raping
fuck?
his own sons. So that's why they killed the parents, because the dad would rape them and like humiliate them and mistreat them. It was just like abuse. And then the mom knew about it, and she wouldn't say nothing or she wouldn't do nothing. Like she would just like let it happen. And
She knew?
yeah, like she would like, there'd be like times where they'd go to the room. I haven't seen the Netflix series, even though that's what's trending right now, because they said that the Netflix series, the guy who wrote it, Ryan Murphy, portrayed them as like, I've seen the first 3 episodes. They're like doing coke and they're like partying, and they're making it seem like they killed their parents and then they just like are just like, you know, like not giving a fuck, spending all their money. But it really wasn't like that. It was the fact that they were abused and they killed their parents.
I wonder if he made it gay somehow, because that man
Yeah.
does everything gay.
Yes, and
He's gay.
that's why I turned it off, because
They're
there
doing
was
gay
a
shit?
gay shower scene where they're already like in jail, and they're making it out to seem like the little brother is gay for another inmate. But if you look at the real story, the boy, he says that he was not gay. They even made the brothers kiss in the Netflix series. They never were like in an incestuous relationship
And I
like
always had a
that.
theory about this guy, because I love his shit.
Ryan Murphy?
Yeah.
What else has he done?
American Horror Story. He did the Versace
Okay,
thing.
I was gonna watch
the OJ thing.
that. Okay.
All these series, like good series.
Yeah.
I don't think he's done something that wasn't good.
Yeah,
Maybe some of the seasons in American Horror Stories were ass.
I seen all of American Horror Story.
I've seen all of them too. I
They're
love that
pretty good.
shit. He's done a lot of good shit. But I always wondered, like, why is there so much gay shit in this? And then I found out he was gay.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, okay, well, maybe he's pushing too much the gay shit, because
Yeah,
in the real world, there's not that much gay shit going on. In the real world. Like,
yeah. Like in the real world, nobody's like, another guy's gonna like grab your dick in the middle of the club and start making out.
yeah. Oh,
And
and
that's-
didn't he do the? I think he did the shit. What's the pinche guy from Wisconsin?
Who? Oh,
Ted
Dahmer.
Dahmer.
Mm-hmm.
He did
did
that
do
shit too. I think, didn't he? Yeah, he did.
He did, because they said that he
So
tried
he does
to like
good shit.
he tried to
what I'm
like make
He
Dahmer.
always has gay characters.
True, I didn't see Dahmer, but I heard it was gay.
Like
too.
American Horror Story, there was always
yeah.
gay shit.
Yeah, I remember the gay
Every
shit.
fucking season.
But I think that's just like their agenda, right? Like they're just trying to push like gay
I guess
shit.
because they're gay and they're like, well, whenever I become a successful filmmaker, you know.
I'm gonna put gay shit in there.
Yeah. Which is cool, you know. The only way he gets away with it is because he's good at what he does. Like,
True.
he's good. He's a good, like, writer. Good.
Like producer, like
Yeah,
putting
producer.
putting the story together.
director, all that shit.
Well, people are upset about it because
I'm
they.
gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, you should. They say that these boys were like completely abused, and why they got life in prison without parole.
Are they still alive?
Yeah, was because they had two trials, but in one of the trials they were like acquitted or something, and then in the next trial they didn't let them put the evidence of the fact that the dad was like abusing them, you know? So it just made it seem like these two rich kids killed their parents and like wanted to like, you know, but they were getting abused since they were little. Like this the little brother, he was like playing with stuffed animals until he was in like 10th grade. And then nobody like called out on it or anything, like the teachers. Even one of the teachers, now that everything's coming out, she said that one of the boys would just sit with her
How do
in
you know all
silence
this?
because now TikTok has like exploded it, and now they have the original documentary that came out, not the one Ryan Murphy did, and it goes into detail about the abuse and about like why they did what they did versus the Netflix series kind of just shows it as like a thriller type thing. It gives different perspectives as to maybe what could have happened, but it's not the truth. Like it's far from the truth. The way that it's portrayed, it's good and everything, but it's just like it portrays them like a different angle versus them being abused. Yeah, so supposedly the dad was like, you know, them music people. You remember Menudo? You remember that?
The band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then okay, so now one of the boys from Menudo is talking about the dad, the one that they shot, and he's saying how when he was 14 years old, he brought him to his house, his mansion, and he gave him like a cup of vino, and he told him to drink it, and he said when he drank it, he like
Got hurt.
yeah, like you seen it?
No.
He said he blacked out, and he says he remembers like somebody was helping him like up the stairs, but then he said like they got to the room and he just like blacked out completely, and he said when he woke up, he was not even in that house anymore, that he was in a hotel, and that the other executive was telling him like to get up and get dressed or whatever, and he said that he went to go take a shower and that his anus was bleeding,
What the
and he said that he was in so much pain. He said that he started crying when he's talking about the pain, and he was in Menudo. He was talking about the same. So now they're supposed to have a retrial with these people. Even Kim Kardashian wrote an
trying to get
essay.
him out and shit.
Yeah, she wrote an essay like as far as them, because since they've been in jail, they've gotten like degrees, and they have not gotten into trouble. They like take care of
How
older.
did they kill him?
They got 2 shotguns, and then they just blasted them on the couch, literally. And it wasn't like one shot and then they were dead. Like it was like a couple, and then they like kind of suffered, you know. Because you should see it because they show the killing scene, and it's very like detailed. The guy gets like shot. The dad, they shoot him in his hand. You know, it's a shotgun, so that bitch just like blew off.
Yeah.
And then the mom, she's like on the floor. So they both had a part in it, but it was like, dude, they were getting molested until they were like big.
Damn, bro. So they were fucked in the head, bro.
Yes, dude. And considering all that trauma, like in jail, they've like been exemplary, like people, even taking care of like elderly inmates on hospice, and like starting like these programs for like other abused inmates,
No
and like
shit.
yeah, and then
Do they interview them?
I don't think they've gotten an interview yet, but it's getting so big. I'm telling you, Kim Kardashian a couple days ago like wrote an essay for them, like to free them, and like they might get out. They have another trial coming up November, because people have just been pushing and pushing. Like, what the fuck,
Imagine they get out, right? And then they like go kill somebody.
right?
again. Like some crazy shit.
That's what they said about Gypsy Rose. You know how they were like wanting to get her
Yeah.
out because she killed her mom or same shit.
Hey, that was kind of the same shit.
yeah, same shit.
Same fucking.
And then now
shit
that
there.
she's out, everybody's like, she's just a manipulator. She manipulated y'all.
How? What do you mean?
I don't know. Like, that's what people say about Gypsy Rose, that she's just like a fronter and like this and that. I literally feel like she was abused and like,
Yeah, no, she was.
yeah.
She definitely was.
But, yeah, like how people made her into this like villain right away. As soon as she started getting out and living her life, dating.
They started hating.
Yeah, they didn't like it, and they were like, no, she has to go. Like, she's just a manipulator. She has to go back to jail. Like,
For manipulating people. I
I
think that
guess.
people are the dumb ones for getting manipulated.
Exactly.
If
Yeah.
people need to start being more accountable.
Yeah. So what else has happened in these
Um,
past few?
I mean, other than fucking Diddy
Oh
hanging
yeah,
himself in one of these days. And
the
shit,
diddler.
you think they're gonna kill him?
I don't know. Cause I think they want to like throw him under the bus to not descubrir a bigger person, right?
But
So I
what
don't
if he
think they're.
starts saying names and shit?
I think that's what he's trying to do.
What are they going? They just kill him like Epstein.
Kim Porter, Diddy's ex-wife, the one that died from pneumonia. She wrote a tell-all book. Dude, the fucking book got leaked on Amazon. Like, whenever Cassie did the lawsuit and they settled, and then all them people started coming forward, somebody just randomly leaked the fucking tell-all book, and it was even on Amazon. So like, people had got it, and then there was this girl that she was on live reading it, like reading parts of it. And Kim Porter, she talks about how she wanted to leave Diddy, and he was very abusive, and so she couldn't leave. So she got pregnant with the twins, right? And then they would do like these orgies. In the book, she's talking about it. She's talking about how like whenever she got pregnant with the twins, she didn't want to do like orgies with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith.
She named these people?
Yeah, she's naming the people in the book. So
You read the book?
no, but the girl's reading it. So she was like reading it to us, So I stayed to fucking, cause she was talking about that part. She was already like in the middle of the book.
And how real is this?
It's Kim Porter's tell-all book. Like
But
she
legit?
lost her life for like this book, basically.
But I'm saying, is this a valid source?
Yeah, that's Diddy's
No, I'm saying like the person that's reading it.
Oh yeah. Cause I'm telling you, it's a tell-all book. So this book is leaked. This book is not.
So
Nobody's
it's out
supposed
there.
to. Yeah, because she was gonna put it out, but then she mysteriously died from pneumonia, and because she was already separating from Diddy. Why? Because in the book she details that he would not let her leave, right? Even when she would try to talk to other people, he would like set their cars on fire and like do some crazy ass shit, right? So she said that one day after the fucking freak offs or whatever, she wanted to leave so bad that he fell asleep and he knocked out. Well, he had a vault full of fucking tapes. Like every time they would do some shit, he would tape people because he would feel like that was his insurance with them, So he had a vault, like a whole vault full of tapes. And she said that she would go when he was asleep. She would go in. She would take like 2 or 3, and then she'd make copies of them, and then she'd put them back. So eventually, she got all of them. It took her like a few weeks or months or whatever, but she got all the tapes. And in her book, she writes, she's like, when I was getting the tapes, she's like, I already knew he liked men. Like, that wasn't a surprise for me. That wasn't what got me. She's like, when I got to the videos of the young boys, like, of the little kids, she's like, that's when I was, like, fucked up. Like, yes, dude. So she literally, I haven't read the book, obviously, but that little snippet, I was like, damn, like, no wonder he had to kill her to fucking get her to not put this shit out there because that shit. And then so now they're talking about the Justin Bieber thing.
Yeah, you think he was...
Yeah, dude. Like, it was so obvious. There was so many sus videos. And then now they're pulling out all the clips from when Justin Bieber started. And Diddy's totally, like, Predator vibes.
Yeah.
On Jimmy Kimmel, he's, like, telling him he knows better than what to be saying about all the stuff that he does with Big Brother Puff. Because Justin Bieber is a little kid. And he's, like, saying how Diddy promised him a Lambo. Like, straight pedophile vibes, dude.
Yeah.
Like... Yeah, and so what it was Justin Bieber's mom gave Usher guardianship of him while they were like traveling and trying to like sign him. Right. Usher took Justin Bieber to Diddy and signed him over for 48 hours. So then they had like this whole YouTube thing of like when he was becoming famous, and
yeah, I think I seen that video.
48 hours with Diddy. Well, yeah, like supposedly like he didn't just stay the night and watch movies all night.
Damn. I wonder, okay, so you think the mom knows about this?
Yeah, she has to know. Everybody's pissed at the mom because they're like...
She just let this shit happens.
Because she literally signed him, like Usher had guardianship of him because he was a minor. And I'm pretty sure the excuse was
All
like,
for some money, dude. Because I'm sure she was getting money out of it, and she's
dude,
like,
they pulled the clip of her when he was starting, and she's all excited. She's like, yeah, we're going to do that. We're even moving to the U.S. because, they're from Canada.
yeah.
So she's all excited, and everybody's like, dude, it was her the whole time. Like, she just wanted it. She wanted it so bad. And that's how these fucking people are. Weirdo people.
That's crazy how like it has to be like a Hollywood thing. Like these people,
So now next is Jay-Z and
they
Beyonce.
get so powerful that they become gay.
Eventually. Or witches.
Gay rich witches.
Blood drinking, baby eating witches.
Yeah. The gays, they're trying to take over.
The gays. You seen that hurricane?
Dude, that hurricane fucked some shit up.
I seen.
Yeah.
You seen the other hurricane though?
Which one?
It calmed down to a category 3. The one from Florida.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
No, because there was a hurricane in North Carolina.
Right.
And then there was another one in Florida. And then North Carolina.
Like,
you seen them people? How they were saying like they were purposely like not helping them. Like it was like, what was it when Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans? It was like that again. Like they were just like fake acting like they're helping them and nobody's helping them. And they were like getting on TikTok and they were like, oh, like, dude, like, where's our government? Like, we don't have nothing. Like, there's no water. Like, everything's. And then it's mountains over there. It's not like
the
here.
one in North Carolina.
Yeah, over there is nothing but fucking mountains. So literally, the people to get their supplies, like all the roads were fucking broken off because they're literally attached to mountains.
Yeah.
So they were literally like they didn't have a way in or out, and there was like elderly people, babies, like. So what they ended up doing was doing it fucking old school, and they ended up doing like donkeys with like packs of supplies. It was even a random guy that owns a helicopter. He went to try to like do like rescue missions, him and his son, and he said that he found an elderly couple, like they didn't have nothing, no house, no driveway, the water's just like surrounding them. And he picks them up, but it's a small helicopter, so he's like, let me just take one person and then I'll come back, take the other person, and then we can take off. And then so he goes and he drops off the wife to the safety zone, right, where he sees like these FEMA people working. And then he lands the helicopter and the people are like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you can't be flying here. And then he's like, yeah, but I was like helping rescue this couple. And they're like, you have to leave like now. Like, if you fly back up the mountain, like they're gonna arrest you.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and his son was the co-pilot, and then the husband. So he's like, well, I have to go back and get my co-pilot. Like, I cannot just leave him. And then they're telling him, like, dude, if you go back, they're going to arrest you. Like, they're going to mark your fucking helicopter, and they're going to arrest you. And then he's like, well, because he said that he was like a firefighter, a cop, ex-cop, whatever. And he's like, he's talking to the news people, and he's telling them, like, I don't know why they were saying that. He's like, never in my experience of training has somebody
Who's
ever.
saying this? FEMA?
No, the guy with the helicopter.
No, but I'm saying who's the ones telling him he can't do that?
FEMA or like the chief of I don't know who, whatever, right there in that little operation thing. Like they're supposedly doing the cleanup. So you would think it's like FEMA or government officials or like he said it was the chief of somebody. I don't know what the fuck. So he did like have rank on him. But he's like, I can't leave my co-pilot. Like, I'm going to go back and get my co-pilot, and then I'm going to leave. Like, I'm not going to fuck with y'all. And then, dude, tell me why he went back to go get his son, and then he had to leave the guy there, like the elderly guy. And there was, and there was nothing there, like, for that guy. Everything was washed away and broken, and, like, so, like, he took that to the news, and the news were, like, asking him, and then he said that there was no fly restrictions, but he said after that happened he went back home and he checked and they had put like a no fly zone right there. So like a lot of people are reporting that the government is not helping them, and then they're getting supplies from regular people from other states. Donald Trump authorized a GoFundMe for them, and then celebrities started donating and random people. And that's the only help that they're giving, like besides the $750 that FEMA's giving them. And then a lot of people are saying that you apply. First of all, they can't even apply because they don't have anything. Literally, there's no electricity, there's no houses, there's nothing. Like, it's just mountain back. type
That's
shit.
crazy, bro. And
Yeah.
then they Florida just got hit. So that means now, what's up with FEMA, bro?
Yeah,
They're
dude.
like
So
running out of funds and shit.
supposedly,
And then
nah.
they sending all this money to
Yes,
Israel
you see
and
that?
Ukraine and shit.
Just in
Bro.
September, they sent them like another $8 billion or something like that to Ukraine.
They gotta help these people out, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, and then people were saying that too. They were like, "That's fucked up." And then so now people are pissed. People are like, "What do we pay taxes for?" That's what the North Carolina people are saying. Like, all my life I've been paying taxes, and the government's supposed to help us when it's something like this, and they're not helping us for shit. But word on the street is that North Carolina has a lot of lithium. So they got HARP and they orchestrated a hurricane in the middle of the mountains to fucking destroy that land.
Oh.
And once the land is
They start
uninhabitable,
offering people money to get the fuck out.
dude, no, not even
They just
because
kick 'em out. They'll
because
just leave.
yeah, because I think before they were offering money, but since those generations have been there for years, they were like diehard,
we're
like
gonna have
mountain
to-
back people, like Appalachian people, you know.
So
They're
they
like,
fucking made a hurricane. Fool,
yes, they went and they
just
fucking.
to kill these fucking homes.
So I
and
think the
shit?
Constitution, right? It says if the land is uninhabitable, then the government can seize it or something like that.
Doesn't. Is that what
Maybe not the Constitution, Bill of Rights. I don't know. Something somewhere
something in the
says
law
that.
says that.
Yeah, if the land is uninhabitable,
If the law is uninhabitable. Sound like a drunk Trump. We must take the land before China takes it. Dude, you know China owns a lot of land here.
China.
They own a lot of land here. That's crazy, right? Like, why do we allow that?
I think because we're low key in bed with China.
We shouldn't be allowing China to be buying
China.
that much farmland here in the U.S., bro. That's just not right.
True.
Especially when they're like the I wouldn't say they're the enemy, but they're another powerhouse that can like
I mean,
give us trouble.
I mean,
They're
I would
probably are they the strongest country in the world?
I would say China and Mexico, right?
What?
Mexico's gonna take the spot of United States
Yeah, but maybe in 20 years. It's not gonna happen now.
like 5-10 years.
No, dude.
Yes.
Mexico doesn't even have the military to like
Dude,
take on. Mexico never even been in a war.
because I think Mexico is.
Well,
a
they've been
little
in
bit-
wars, but
I think they know how to play their cards a little bit better. No andan de metiches
Mexico's
like.
always been like a little
United
brother,
States.
like a little brother.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like now that America has fumbled the bag, like they just are out of there already.
Mexico will for sure be something, bro. But it's
They
not
just
gonna
need to
be-
focus
it's
on
gonna
their
be in, like,
infrastructure.
20 years.
No, dude. The way
It
I'm
ha-
seeing it, Tesla's already in Monterrey.
Yes, dude. But look, I'm talking about to be like competitive, like to be like a big dog.
I mean, everybody's
It's gonna,
moving over
like,
there.
20 years, bro. Yeah, but they gotta build like a strong military, and they gotta like
Well,
they gotta become rich.
I feel
And
like
they're
that's
gonna
where-
get there. But dude, it's gonna take some
I
time.
feel like that's where the cartels come in because that's that they're basically, you seen the governor of I don't know where, he got his head chopped off because he didn't want to work with the cartels. Which is true, like you don't want to be crooked, but at the same time is they control. They're the
You see?
muscle,
And-
right?
And until Mexico gets rid of that problem, they're not gonna be a powerhouse.
No, what they need to do is conjoin the problem. They need to make the cartel people the fucking
No,
the
nigga.
muscle. Yes, I
That's
mean that's
like-
basically what it is.
Listen, that would be like, but that would never work, dude.
We're
That,
what do you
that,
mean?
That would be like,
We're the ones giving them the fucking artillery,
yeah, not Mexico.
and then we're the ones. America's the ones funding that whole drug
Yeah,
and
but-
human sex trafficking ring that they live off of.
Yeah, but if you're Mexico, that's not what you do. If you're Mexico, you just overthrow them.
No,
Yes.
because they don't, like you said, they don't
That's
have a
like-
military. They don't have the force for that.
But that's what I'm saying.
to
That's what
overthrow
they
them.
have to work on. They have to build their army.
They cannot
and
go against the cartels because the cartels already own all of that.
That's
they're
where
in control
that's where
of
they're
everything.
fucking up.
So really, it's like the cartel is the new military. They're the new.
And it's like, if you look at it, it's like these other like countries in the Middle East where you have these terrorist groups, and they're like taking over.
But
shit.
you shouldn't say that cartels are more terrorist groups. Maybe like in the fronteras, But as far as like, Mexico's known, even tourist areas like Cancun, those are monitored by cartel people to make sure that nothing happens to these tourists because they know that that's a source of income for their country. So it's like you got to be doing some bad shit, or you got to be like somewhere, doing something you're not supposed to be doing
But still,
to be involved with cartels
You shouldn't have like
in a negative aspect.
A private entity like taking care of that. I feel like if you're trying to run like a great country, I feel like you gotta have your military on point.
True.
And you can have these niggas like, hey, like you could recruit some of these niggas. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You could work something out with them, where like, but it would have to be under like shit would have to be disciplined. Like it would have to be
at that
under,
point. It's so
like,
saturated.
Military. That's what I'm telling you. It's not gonna be
so
in 5-10 years.
No, because I feel
it's just
like
gonna take like at least 20 years.
No, because I feel like they are organized. Like organized crime is not a new thing. Organized crime has been around since fucking moonshine and Al Capone and all them things.
But that's not organized crime. Mexico's cartels are probably the most unorganized crime.
As far as
organized crime is getting away with this shit and everything else running smooth.
Did you see that? I don't know. If,
governors getting their heads cut off. That shit is not riding smooth.
Well, the thing is, if you're not gonna work with them,
that's
then
what
you're
I'm
gonna give them an issue.
Smooth.
Yeah, you're gonna give them an issue, so they just have to X out the issue.
Exactly, and that's a problem.
And that's what our government should do, don't you think? It's like
what?
If we have an issue, we should just X these people out.
The government should just start killing people. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, not killing people, but I could see what you're saying about as far as them being a little bit like uncivilized as far as like killing people to solve their issues.
That's terrorism.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like they're still getting adjusted to these things.
It's their own people.
Yeah, they're
if you're talking about other countries and other people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
9/11.
Like infiltrating
that was us against us.
Oh, yeah, that 9/11, that's a whole nother thing, bro.
It's just, no, it's the same thing.
I was just listening to somebody.
It's the same thing. We funded Osama bin Laden. We funded Al-Qaeda.
Exactly.
We funded Saddam Hussein.
That's the thing. Mexico ain't doing that. Mexico ain't funding
We're funding them.
Okay, but we're talking about how is Mexico going to become a powerhouse?
I feel like that's why.
To do that.
I feel like that's why, though. That eventually will push
Mexico's not doing that. Mexico's like just letting the cartel do their thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you're going against regular politic folk. You think them white people in Congress, if a real cartel person were to go up these fucking white people and go against them, do you think that they would stand a chance? Like, even as far as like being intimidated, I'm intimidated because you're a part of a terrorist group. You know, like people in politics are like that because they're handling it like a business, and then these people are handling it like savages, like straight, like Wild West type shit. That's the only difference. But here, I mean, they're still corrupt. They're still being manipulated. They're still being bought out.
But
they're still funding terrorist groups.
But that one's really organized. You feel me?
Yeah, as far as like
that's
cartels.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
shit
what I'm saying.
Running smooth.
Cartels are barely starting. Didn't they barely start when we were like, remember them gore videos that would come out?
Look, you know what's crazy? That like, yeah, cartels have always been around, bro. Since like in the 70s and shit, you know.
Type shit.
They're always 60s, always been around. But shit back then was cool, bro. Like, people wasn't getting their heads chopped off. Shit was running smooth. Shit was organized. Shit started getting crazy, like, in the mid-2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe early 2000s. Shit started getting crazy.
But what was that? Because of the drug
It's just because of wars.
Oh, yeah, you're
cartels.
right. You're right, because it was the Zetas.
It's unorganized.
Like,
yeah. And then all these
I think it was because that's
civilians are dying.
Like, that's the thing. It's like they're having civil war within their own country.
Exactly.
But it's like they're barely.
That makes them a third world country, you know?
I mean, I
guess. That
guess.
shit don't happen in the U.S. You don't fucking go to Kroger's and then fucking motherfuckers start shooting and shit because that cartel is trying to take over the fucking state and shit.
True.
Like, that's unorganized shit, nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
but look how long ago that was, though.
But that shit's still happening.
No, it's not. I mean, they might kidnap you at the border or, like, try to extort you. But
the cops will rob you.
I think I heard in Culiacan it was kind of like that. because, like I said, it's still new. They just, it was something with Chapo and then some other cartel leader and then their sons set him up, and it was just this whole thing that happened. So that's why, like in Culiacan, they were saying that there was literally like gunfire, like, but also they kind of like tell the people stay inside, like it's a war time type shit. Yeah. It's not like they're just gonna be like randomly blasting like a old person's house, you know, like it is kind of organized as far as like them being ops and stuff, but as far as like you saying, okay, it's a third world country because they're doing it in like broad daylight. I mean, yeah, I guess I agree with you there. Yeah, but I just feel like give them a little bit more time. They're gonna be there, you know,
get civilized.
Yeah, because there always has to be a bigger dog, you know. Obviously, the government's not the big dog anymore. It's gonna be somebody from the one of the cartels.
They just got a new president. The first female
president.
president.
Yeah, Claudia Scheinbaum. I heard she's Jewish.
She is.
But I have high hopes for her.
You just heard her last name. You just said her last name.
Scheinbaum.
That's Jewish as fuck.
How is a Jewish, like, raíz into a Mexican president? Like, how does that?
There's a shitload of Jewish people in Mexico.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different people in Mexico.
Oh, right now, yeah.
No, even like.
Dude, I took a
lot of people. There's a lot of Arabs in Mexico.
Yes, they look Mexican.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in Mexico. There's African people. There's white people. There's black people. There's all kinds of people in Mexico. That's what I'm saying. Like, just give them some time, because America. What are we gonna do? Years. What are we gonna do? Keep printing money out of thin air? How long are we gonna get away with that for?
We need to get back in shape. We need to make America great again.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, Texas
fight
is gonna. I feel like Texas is gonna secede from the rest. You remember when we were little? They used to tell us that like the San Andreas Fault, that New York was gonna fall off one day, and California was gonna fall off. I feel like when that happens, I feel like Texas is gonna like. Texas is the only country. I mean, the only state.
Yeah, but we're out.
Yeah, Texas is the only state that could literally like be self-sufficient. Like how them union workers went on strike.
Hell yeah.
Like we could still be self-sufficient.
We could.
So we could basically be our own country.
We really could.
And you know, in COVID.
No, I think we would be like the 7th or 6th strongest economy in the world.
Because we're
like
so
as
big.
A country.
Yeah. The military, if we were to secede, the military would be like the 3rd or the 2nd largest in the world. Just our military from Texas, if we were to like separate. So I was like, damn, like we could.
Probably closer to 3rd or 4th.
Maybe. I think 3rd, maybe. You know, COVID, they were actually talking about seceding. Like, it was a joke. It started off as a joke.
Yeah, but I don't think.
But then they made like a real petition.
I don't see it happening.
I see it happening.
Maybe in 20 years.
Maybe. Damn. But it'll happen in our lifetime.
Imagine we just projected all this shit. Dude. Mexico becomes the greatest country ever in 20 years, and Texas secedes.
Tesla's already there. Fuck. Texas was Mexico.
Elon Musk is dating a robot. Like, you know.
AI then took over.
Yeah. We have an AI president.
Mexico, I just feel like they just need to get more organized, and they need to work on their infrastructure. And then, yeah, I mean, like, the corruption, but I just feel like...
But look, I feel like... Because Mexico hasn't got shit done for the last 20 years because they're so corrupt.
Yes.
They're so corrupt.
No, and then it was so disorganized that cartels trying to take in. We got to remember that they had to first get in with the government, too. I'm just talking about
just the government themselves. Like, they were so corrupt.
Yeah.
They were, like, stealing a shitload of money.
Yeah.
And then this new president came in and kind of, like,
So is it a bad thing that the cartels kind of were, like, they kind of...
No, the cartels were taking advantage of all this shit.
No, but you feel like now, okay, like, if it's a cartel versus a government, at least they say, like, some cartels give a fuck about the elderly and, like, no women and children versus the government just kind of just, like, fuck everybody. You know?
Yeah, but the government ain't walking around shooting you in broad daylight.
True, but I mean...
Cutting people's heads off.
If you're getting shot, it's because you're doing something...
Not all the fucking time,
you're not supposed to be doing.
Not all the time. And even so, it's like, who the fuck are they to, like, decide justice on somebody? You know what I'm saying?
True. But it just goes back to the same thing. It's like, you live by the sword, die by the sword. Why would you join a cartel then...
Okay, I understand that. I understand if it's an op and shit, whatever. Like, yeah, that's different. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like innocent people dying, bro, and like innocent people, bro. Cause no matter what, innocent people are dying.
Yeah.
Like,
Also at the hands of the government too.
okay, but not like
But you're
that.
used to that. You're
Not like
used
that.
to the way
In
that
other
they're.
ways, in other ways.
You're used to the way that they're
in a,
killing
in,
you
in a smoother
softly.
way. I mean, I wouldn't want to be killed in any way.
Killing you softly
I
and
think
slowly.
the less people are getting, you know, fucked, the better. You know, from the government or from
Cartels.
cartels or crime. Period.
How do we get so deep into cartel
Um,
conversation?
we were talking about Mexico becoming great and how they have to
Yeah,
defeat their
I think
cartel
Mexico's gonna
problem
be great.
first.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because if to be a dominant like country, you can't have cartels running shit in your country, dude. That's what makes China great. That's what makes Russia great.
But have you seen
That's
how?
what makes the U.S. great.
Have you seen how
We don't
organized crime can really actually make an impact? Like organized crime is what really runs the countries. Because if you see the drug trade and the sex trafficking, that's basically
it's a good part of the economy, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the actual trading going on and the actual money.
I'm saying because they're players
on.
now.
I'm talking about running shit. When other countries look at Mexico, maybe not right now, but maybe like 10 years ago, they were looking at Mexico like, bro,
yeah, like how they look at us now.
Like you can't control that.
How they look at us now when they see Biden and fucking Kamala.
Yeah.
That's how they look at us now.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. The tables are always going to turn. Yeah, 10 years ago in Mexico when the cartel shit was going crazy. Now, look at it. They've gotten 10 years to organize themselves. Now, I don't even think...
But they're still not organized.
I don't even think the Zetas exist anymore. I think they got taken down completely already.
Yeah, but
so it's like...
They're still... they still don't have the respect. They're just looking at them like a gold mine right now. That's all these other countries are doing.
Yeah, but what they're doing is basically
they're like, este pendejito, we're gonna invest. We're gonna,
but AMLO,
we're gonna sweet talk
AMLO
them.
wasn't allowing that. AMLO,
I mean, it's happening right now. They're opening like all these car manufacturers and then all this lithium shit is started. Yeah, like they're investing.
Yeah,
China's in there.
Yeah.
So it's like that's how they're looking at it. They're looking at it like, yeah, we're gonna take advantage of this out of your resources. You got a bully over there that you can't control. You know what I'm saying? Like
no, because the president AMLO, like that's why they made a big deal about him because he was literally like even on the last day of his presidency, the last week, I don't know if it was an American or Chinese. It was a foreign person that they bought land. And they wanted to start mining from that land. So what he did in his last week of presidency, he told them, no, y'all cannot mine that land because it's like ancient land or some shit. He's like, here, I'll just buy it back from y'all. Because they had already bought it from Mexico. And then he was going to give them like lowball, like just it is what it is. And they were going to make so much money because they were going to mine lithium or whatever the fuck from that land. But the people were fighting because it was like ancient land, like Mayan land or some shit. So the president they were like, no, we're not going to accept your offer because we can make so much more money from that. He's like, yeah, but the point is not to mine that land, that's like a protected land. So what he did before he left office, he signed a paper to make that land same thing, like uninhabitable. So once it's uninhabitable, nobody can mine or he put a when it's like a historic land or so. Yeah, he put a fucking block so that they wouldn't mine it. So they ended up getting fucked because now they still own the land, but they can't touch it. It's just like they can't touch it at all because it's that land. Like when it's like
China owns it.
No, I think it was America that was trying to do that. And then he like was like no, like so the thing is like even with Salvador too, Salvador's like taking because their gang, look how like the whatever,
See,
like
that man has shit under control.
No, it's just like the pandilleros. It's because you're seeing cartels
Google
like
just moved in that hole.
You're seeing like cartels like these crash dummy face tatted people.
No, I'm not.
Like it's not like that at all. Like
I'm not seeing it.
They're
like
actually really organized. If they're gonna kidnap you
to a point, bro, but it's not.
No, I feel like
not
it's
civilized.
it's
bro.
because they're so infiltrated in the
The
government.
fucking Taliban is organized to a certain point. Everybody has to be organized to get somewhere.
Exactly. Organized
Yeah.
crime.
Yeah, but I don't. I'm just saying, as a government, if you want to be a fucking big dog, you want to compete with China, you want to compete with Russia, you got to be the big dog. You can't have another little bully in your own territory.
Yeah.
You got to run shit.
I get that.
And then Mexico's never. They're like they're scared of the cartel, dude. They're just like they're not in control of their own shit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
It's
agree
still
with that.
corrupt.
It is.
At least look in the United States, or I'm not even
It
saying
is
it's
corrupt.
a better thing. I'm not saying what we have is better. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that here, like at least you know who's in charge.
Which is who?
The fucking government.
Biden?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, like just the United States of America. Like they have their system.
Okay.
It's not great, but you know who's in charge. You know who you're dealing with. Over there, there's nobody to answer to. There's like 1,000 people running shit. Like there's no. Same thing with China. China, they're like on their shit. Like he's running that shit.
China?
He don't have like all this shit popping off. And they're just laughing at these countries that do, like Lebanon with the Hezbollah and the fucking
Yeah.
Gaza, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like with all these places that have these terrorist groups that they're what do you call it? They're a block. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're blocking them from running shit in their country, from having a
I feel
prosperity
like that blocks going away.
from Mexico.
Yeah, because if you see like the things that
I
they're
hope
actually
so.
doing, like the infrastructure, the technology,
I hope
like all these new things that they're doing, and then I think they just, like you said, the government was too corrupt to even function. And then I feel like the cartels coming in and being that competition was kind of like what saturated the government to give the country space to be a developing country versus, just corrupt, chaos. So I feel like now that competition has gotten there for the Mexican government, now there's people coming into office that are actually trying to do something with the country, because it can be a developing country. Like, but it's like you said, 20 years. I feel like with the right leadership, like with the right people in place, even if it's fucking cartel people, even if it's government, I don't give a fuck, because at the end of the day, they're all the same. But it's like, at least you see that the country's making progress. And you can see that.
It has.
You can see that.
Has.
So I don't feel like
sure.
it's going to take 20 years. I feel like faster
But
than
20
that.
is a reasonable number.
No, I feel like in 20, they'll be like up there. They'll be like
Top 5.
Yeah, top 5. Not type 2 or 3, but
top
definitely
5.
top 5. Yeah.
In the next
5-10 years. I see that.
maybe 10.
10 is good.
10, yeah.
Yeah, but
I hope so.
if you look at what they're doing now, it's like they jumped because it's like you said, that block was there and they couldn't develop as a country. They're still doing like old school shit, compared to us. And then it's like now that them blocks are like kind of dissolving, not all the way gone, but dissolving. It's like they're developing as a country and they're catching on pretty quick, But you got to think about it. They're our neighbors. So of course they're going to catch on quick. Like they're going to copy and paste our shit,
like
like
I want to go out there and maybe like be there for like a month or something.
a lot of people are out there. You'd be surprised.
That's what I was telling you. I was like, I'm going to look at houses in fucking Guadalajara.
Type shit.
I heard Guadalajara finna be there's gonna be a big boom.
Yeah, I could see that.
A lot of like tech is going over
Yeah,
there.
if Monterrey's booming, I could definitely see Guadalajara and other places. But yeah, it's still like you said, because I think Culiacan, after that Chapo and Mencho beef or whatever, their sons kind of got into it, and their soldiers were kind of like going at it, and then it was like random shooting in Culiacan. But it's not so crazy like back then. Because even the regular people are like, no, when it's times like this, they tell us everybody stay inside. And we basically like, no school, no, don't be walking around. Like, stay your ass inside.
That sounds third world.
Stay your ass inside and just Like, don't
There
be.
should be no reason for that.
Dude, but that's the same thing here in
the first
Northside.
world.
When you hear gunshots, you're not
They
gonna
don't
walk outside.
Yeah, but they don't close the school. You
True.
know what I'm saying? Like,
but because we're inner city, they're not gonna close the school unless it's COVID, and not even then. You know,
COVID.
the fucking shooter will be at the school and they still won't close the damn school.
Bro, I know.
Because they're trying to get
we
that
got
funding.
Issues with these fucking young kids.
Yeah,
shooting up
at least
schools.
Mexico's a little bit more like they're not so dumb.
Yeah,
to
they don't
have like
they don't have the children
school shooter crisis
shooting in the schools.
Yeah,
Yeah,
type shit.
I guess that's just like you don't have this problem, but you have that problem type of deal.
Yeah, it's first world problems.
White kids.
I had too much
shooting,
internet.
Too much internet.
Yeah,
And now you're shooting up schools.
type shit.
That's not good at all.
Yeah. What else? We talked about the diddler, the hurricanes,
The diddler.
Mexico. What else?
Orlando Brown. You think he was molested?
He was definitely molested. I think all them Disney.
All them Disney.
They're all weird. Like,
He said he made love to Diddy. He made love to Busta Rhymes. You think that's true?
I mean, if he's saying
Busta
it,
Rhymes, bro.
if he's saying it,
Fucking love Busta Rhymes.
for real. All them, they were always weird to me. Like Jay-Z, I never liked his music.
Jay-Z
Busta Rhymes
was
had
cool.
like that 1 or 2 songs that I liked.
Explain where the weed at. Give me some up.
Diddy,
Dog.
I never like. I think there's one Diddy song that I like.
Diddy was always fucking gay.
Like all them people, they never resonated with me. And they say Beyonce and Jay-Z are next. They're like exposing all their little weird shit that they're doing.
Unless they Epstein his ass.
That's what they might do. But if they do, then it's just gonna be like, I think World War III. I think we're just World War III is like ready, just no matter.
think so?
We're on the brink either way. You seen them union striker people, the ones that were going on strike
For what?
for the union
For what?
at the ports? They went on strike.
yeah. What do they want? A raise?
Supposedly they were striking because they will be hearing people in the containers,
What the fuck?
and they'll be hearing like kids screaming and shit in the
Asians.
containers, in the shipping containers. That's supposedly why they were making a big deal about it.
China.
And then they went to like this big old thing about them wanting more money. But supposedly that's what it was.
Damn. And did they? What kind of people were they?
Mm-hmm.
You know where they were coming from?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna say. They're not gonna put that out there. But there was one clip from like the 90s where they were like in the shipping yards and the containers are in the back, and then they had like found a trailer full of like kids or I don't know what, or women or something like that.
The fuck.
And they're like, they got it on the news, and they pulled up that old news clip, and they're like interviewing one of the workers on there. So they were like, this is nothing new. Like this is. And then they're talking about like Diddy's house, how his mansion in New York was like right next to the shipping place, like the port.
No shit.
So yeah, and then some girl that was like a party favor at Diddy's parties, because she said she would be like a kid, and they'll put them on the tables, and like all the celebrities will walk in, and you'll basically like pick which kid like you want to molest. Yeah, and she's saying like all her stories, right? But she's already like grown, and she says that like all of them, like the tunnels underneath, they all connect. Like they connect to celebrities' houses, they connect to like the White House, they connect, like they all connect. It's like a whole underground system that they got
To the
going on.
White House?
Different celebrities' houses, White House.
Well, I mean, I know the White House has a tunnel system, but
Well, okay, that same tunnel system
I'm like,
is
Beverly,
connected
how? The White House is in Washington, D.C.
underground.
They're
That's what
gonna
they
run
say.
a tunnel all the way to Diddy's house.
That's what they fucking say, dude.
Fuck
that this
no.
tunnel system is deep. Ghislaine Maxwell, her dad was a submarine person, whatever, like a main person for the submarine people, whatever. So that bitch had like tunnels, like where she could travel with the submarine underneath in this fucking like Mr.
Well,
Incredible.
I know Elon got some shit like he be building them things.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to see what names Diddy got to say.
They haven't released them because I feel like it's too much. Like,
Well,
there's
you know that attorney from that's helping these
Tony
people?
Busby.
Yeah.
You seen him?
He was talking about how he got the names already. but he ain't trying to talk about him
yet. But because
he wants to make sure, like,
they said that it's so like it's gonna be so crazy that they have to leak it little by little. Like they can't just put the whole shit out there because then it would be like mass chaos. Like
Tony
everywhere.
Busby's life is in danger.
I know, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, I used to see this dude's posters all around town. Busby for mayor or whatever he was running for. And then now he got that Diddy case, like, out of all people.
Well, because he's a fucking, like, celebrity.
Yeah, they say he's up there. Yeah,
attorney.
Like, so he's even friends with Trump
top
and
dog.
stuff.
Yeah. He had a big-ass Trump party, like, when he first ran.
I didn't know Tony Busby like that. I would just see him, like, around, you know?
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing him because of the freaking Diddy case. But, yeah, that's what they're saying, that it's so crazy, like, the shit that's going to be exposed.
Yeah.
And that there's no way that Diddy can suicide himself.
There's no way. There's always.
That's what they're saying. Well, they're saying that if he
was on suicide watch.
If he suicides himself, then it's obvious, right? But they're saying that he's like ready to tell, and he has like tapes and shit. Supposedly, they're fighting over this tape. This high-profile celebrity. They don't want to say who it is, but there's a tape of them that got leaked, and I guess like a random person has it. So she's like trying to sell it to either like CNN or like NBC, and then that celebrity. And so she's on there, they're interviewing her, and they're like, she's like, yeah, well, whoever has it right now, she's like, they're waiting to see if the celebrity's gonna purchase it. But if he's not, then either way, it's gonna be leaked. So they're hoping that the celebrity's gonna purchase it. And they're gonna get like, I don't know how much money for that shit.
What the fuck?
But yeah, like it's crazy. And then the fucking mayor from New York, he got indicted.
Like, what happened with that?
The indictment is sealed. So when it's sealed, it's public record. You see that they're like indicting him, but it's sealed, so you cannot open it and see what the fuck they're charging him with, you know? Which is, yeah, it's so weird. But then they're like, for them to indict the mayor of New York, and he was like this with Diddy. Like, he even gave Diddy a key to the city of New York, and he'd always be like with him and like together with him. Like, he's known to be with Diddy, and
he
be
just
Diddy's
got
friend.
in office
Type shit. You think he was just a fall guy? Like, they just threw him in there just
so when they indicted him, they never said nothing? Like, it's just like, what's the...
I'm pretty sure now they've said something.
What was the original issue?
I don't know. That's the thing, that they just said he's been indicted. And you know what that means when they indict you? It means like a federal case is pending against you.
Yeah.
Federal. So I don't know if he was doing some weird shit, money laundering, pretty sure a little bit of everything.
I thought it was like some money.
Because the way he would be with Diddy, he was like too comfortable, like too free. I guess, you know, they think they're never going to get caught.
That's disgusting, bro.
Yeah. You know the pastor T.D. Jakes?
No, who's that?
He's some like famous
There's a pastor involved too?
Dude, he stepped down from the church, and supposedly they have him, they say that he's a power bottom. And he's like a big old guy.
Who's saying this?
I'm telling you, like, people on TikTok, like, all these little information, people are just doing their little own information and going through like different little rabbit holes, and they're all connecting, like they're all coming back. Right now, they're on this whole thing about Beyonce, how Beyonce like will kill you if you don't say thank you to her, even if you win an award.
I heard about that.
You see, they put the clips together, and there's like,
I haven't seen it.
Like Lizzo, she won her award, and she's
Jess
like,
was telling me about that.
I want to thank Beyonce. And then, like, they put the clips together where it's everybody's like, I want to thank Beyonce. Thank Beyonce. Even when Kanye did that Taylor Swift thing, he's like, Beyonce should have won the best award.
Right.
Yeah. So, like, they put all those clips, and they're like, what if she's, like a high-ranking witch? And she, like, you know, like, if you don't thank her, then your fucking career's over.
Wow.
Type shit. And then there goes Jay-Z, too.
Damn. Being Jay-Z.
Yeah, and then now they're getting into the Tupac and Biggie. Like,
no, not for sure. I know Diddy killed them. Diddy killed them for sure.
And then they're getting into the Michael Jackson thing, like who killed Michael Jackson. Like,
well, I think we know who killed him. That doctor.
Yeah, but it was also a setup because that doctor was, I don't know who, to Diddy, no sé qué, no sé qué. Like, all these little shits are coming back out.
Oh, you think like they had shit on like Michael Jackson or something?
Well, he was trying to buy Sony.
Knew some shit.
I think he did because he even called out Clive Davis.
Yeah, who did? Michael Jackson?
Didn't he say Clive Davis is the devil?
Did he?
He said
Did
one
he
of
say
them.
that? No, I'm saying like, did he?
Yeah.
That's not did he?
Didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, I think he did actually.
He did?
He said Clive Davis is the devil or Ray Liotta. Well, I don't know who the hell. Some guy that's supposed to
Ray
be.
Liotta, the actor.
Nah, I think it was Clive Davis, and then there's another exec. I forgot his name, but supposedly they're the ones on top of like Jay-Z and them. You know. And yeah, you can't be saying shit like that, especially in the 90s.
All in the fucking music.
Now you could probably say it.
Hollywood.
Yeah, they're like, wait till the country artists start getting exposed.
Hey,
Like Garth
what's his name?
Brooks.
Garth Brooks. Yeah,
Yes.
somebody accused him for some shit.
Yes, you seen that?
Well, you seen that whole thing about Garth Brooks?
No, I didn't. I just seen that
No,
clip.
no, but like before that, have you heard about him? Like,
Yeah, that's what they would
about
say.
his tour dates?
Yeah,
How they all aligned with like people that have
died.
been murdered
Yes,
in that
I did see that, but that was a conspiracy theory,
town.
right?
There's no
Yeah.
conspiracy theory on Garth Brooks being like this, like serial killer.
devil worshiper.
No, like a
satanic.
serial killer, dude.
Yeah,
And then he has bodies and shit.
the comments, like when they commented on that scandal,
What they
that's
say? Where are the bodies?
no, yeah, the comments were like, "Oh, this is normal for Garth Brooks. Like we could have seen this coming," and like all kinds of shit
it's
like
just
that.
Like Tom Segura has trolled this man, bro.
Tom Segura,
Yeah,
he
the
passed
comedian.
away, right?
No.
Tom Segura. No, there was a comedian that did a skit and they killed him. They offed him. It wasn't Tom Segura, it was somebody else.
Who?
I don't know, but he did like a skit of Justin Bieber, and it's like a fake Justin Bieber singing a song, and he's like, "Help me, my parents sold me," but it's like to the sound of to the song, the baby song that he did, but he's like literally like,
What's his name? I don't know.
I forgot, he was a comedian, and they fucking for that.
Nah, but that dude would always troll Garth Brooks, and then like eventually he got blocked and shit, and they
By Garth Brooks.
yeah, because
Hey, but if he was saying that and
he's
so
the one
hard,
that like started like all that shit, all the fucking conspiracies on that.
but it's not a conspiracy. Obviously, it's fucking true.
Garth Brooks, bro. And then like he would like break down his like these creepy ass videos that Garth Brooks would make.
It's because they tell on themselves. Did he?
And it was like, what the fuck? Something's wrong with this man.
Yes.
Like, look at how he fucking
Yes,
talks.
dude. They're pulling all these old clips out, and they're like, how did we not know that these people were like,
Weirdos.
yeah? Even in the clips, they're saying like weird ass
Bro,
shit.
what happened to that girl that Diddy had adopted?
That white girl?
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, everybody was asking that too, and they were like, I'm pretty sure his sons do the same shit, and then they're getting like deep into Diddy's stuff. Because they're even saying that his mom is a madam.
Diddy's mom?
Yeah. Supposedly that's not his real mom. That's an aunt.
I forget there's a party going on back
I
there.
see that. I mean, I hear that.
Man, I don't know why this computer is being such a bitch.
But yeah. What else did we not cover?
Nothing. I think we should just wrap it up.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
hour.
Rodawgz. Peace.
We out. Peace.
Vote for Trump.
I was gonna look for that fucking thing with the.
You wanna see my cash, my money moves fast. Spending how I get it, cause the life don't really last. You wanna happen that, and by the end of the night, shit be on my job. I've been eating better hungry, so I never stop. I play with worse with my rhymes test. So every time I ride the mic, yo, I got to check. My style is wild, thinking that it ain't correct. We eat the stage with rage, you best show respect. It's the militia knocking on your door. Get on the floor before the head get blown. It's the nigga from the 1994. TG official, real niggas, hardcore. My flow's dope, simply meaning that my blunt is tight. Another night with some foreign horse and private flights. Purple sprites got me feeling right, it's dynamite.